Hey everyone, my name is Dakota. This is the Better Ideas podcast. This is going to be episode 2. So thanks for joining. But one thing I realized in the first episode is that I never really explained why I'm doing a podcast in the first place, or what this is about, or what the content is going to entail, and what you guys are going to be hearing every week or so. So I thought I'd just write a few things down and give you guys a couple of those reasons. And the number one reason is that I want to bring value to the world in any way that I can. And I feel like this is one of those ways. Whatever we do on this show, it's going to be productive. I'm going to try and teach. I'm going to learn. I'm going to create, and I'm going to try to put out something of value to the world, and something hopefully that people can take from and apply to their lives, or learn, or even maybe just be inspired. Whatever it is, I just want it to be good and positive. This podcast is also going to be a way for me to contribute to my local music scene. It could be a little bit better in Lawrence right now, to be honest, and I think that a podcast or a radio station or something that could form a community that people could kind of cling to and use as sort of an avenue for getting their messages out and their updates and their shows, and just a platform for people to talk about music, I think could be really, really beneficial for the music scene. And I'd like to try my best to provide that. So if you guys want to contribute to that, let me know. I'm all for supporting bands, especially if you're local. So if you're from the KC or the Lawrence area, shoot me a message, send me some details, and I'll try my best to advertise for you guys on the show, and just keep people updated on where the shows are at and when, and maybe we can start making some awesome local shows in Lawrence again, because the scene's been a little bit quiet for a while, and it's time to start getting loud. This show is also going to be a creative outlet for myself. I like to write poetry. I've been working on some essays or articles. I'm not really even sure what to call them yet, to be honest. But I do a lot of writing, and I do a lot of recording. I make music. I draw. I love anything creative. And having a podcast and a platform like Patreon, I feel like I'm going to be able to use that as sort of an outlet for a lot of those creative endeavors, and get some feedback from you guys, and I'm really excited about that. This is also a way for me to talk to people who are way smarter and way more intelligent than me, and that's probably what I'm most excited about by doing this show. I am going to get to talk to people like today. I got to hang out with Zach Mayfield, and I am so excited for more opportunities like that, to hang out with people like that. And the longer I do this, the more people I get to meet, and the more experiences I get to have, and the more experiences I get to learn from. So I'm extremely excited to steal the souls of so many amazing artists and apply that to my life. Another reason I'm starting a podcast is that I'm just a huge fan of podcasting. I think it's one of the purest forms of entertainment that I've seen in a long time. Just the lack of production is such a beautiful thing to me. It's so different from TV or Netflix, or even a lot of YouTube videos. It's so raw, and I feel like I learn a lot about people whenever I listen to just a recording of one of their conversations. You really understand what somebody is like and their personality when you can just be a fly on the wall and kind of join in on a conversation that they had with somebody one-on-one. So like today, I feel like you're going to learn a little bit about Zach Mayfield that you aren't able to get on just normal interviews or just from Googling his name. Like, we had a genuine, raw conversation, and I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys do too. That being said, we did have a small technical difficulty. This is my second episode, so I hope you guys are willing to cut me some slack. But you'll notice as soon as he starts talking about music, or his media business and music business, it kind of skips, and we actually missed part of the conversation, and my computer crashed right like 20 minutes into it, and I wasn't able to get part of that conversation back. And I'm really bummed about that because that part of the conversation, he dropped a pretty big hint about a huge announcement that Groans is going to release on May 4th. And I was fortunate enough to learn what that announcement was, and it made me really, really excited and really happy for Groans. So, yeah, you guys should definitely keep your eye out for that. It's some pretty big news. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I say Groans or Zach or Mayfield Creative, Zach Mayfield is the lead guitar player in a band called Groans, and he is also the owner of Mayfield Creative. Both of those projects are doing very, very amazing things, and I'm going to talk to him a little bit about both of them. So I hope you guys enjoy our conversation. I'm pretty excited about this.
Thanks for having me, man. I seriously appreciate it. This is a cool idea, and I want to support your stuff as well. So we get to benefit each other's career stuff, which is awesome. I love that.
Cool, man. Well, I guess we can just start it out by talking about kind of your beginning stages. This is the only interview question.
That's all right.
Like every other interview question.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Because I do want to give people something that they can't get just by Googling you and like reading all of your other interviews that you've already done.
Yeah.
I have some pretty unique ones, but yeah, we'll start out with what got you into music.
Into music, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy. Well, I started playing guitar with my grandpa when I was 9 years old. Okay. And so my very first gig, after he like taught me some chords and stuff, we would go to nursing homes and we would play country music for the old geezers, and like they would get up and dance and stuff, and like, dude, it was a throwdown.
That's
It was heavier than any Groans show I've played.
More mosh pits.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it was so cool. So yeah, my grandpa is the real inspiration. And he's a great guy. I still go see him sometimes. We still get the guitars out once in a while, which is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then from my church when I was growing up, some guy taught me like the basics of rock. Like I took lessons with him. My mom forced me to. I didn't want to. I kind of gave up on it for a bit. So my mom's like, "No, you're learning guitar." So I like learned the basics of rock, and then after that, I just started learning on my own tabs and stuff, and just I fell in love with it when I was like 13. And so yeah, I would go home from school. I quit sports. Like I used to do like all sports in middle school up until high school, and then I just quit everything except track and just played guitar every day. And so yeah, I just fell in love with it. Played in a bunch of bands, and I was terrible. Yep. You know, our old bands, dude. Like it's so funny to think back and see videos and stuff and be like, gosh, what was I doing?
Dude, okay, what was your first band?
Oh, dude, my first band was called Static Zach.
Static Zach?
Yeah.
Like after you?
I guess, yeah. So we played like one show a year for like 3 years, and it was a battle of bands, and we had to have a name. And our bass player's like, what if it was Static Zach and the Electricians? So we like did that, and they're like, nah, let's just do Static Zach.
Dude, that sounds like a cool like punkabilly.
It was dumb. I think we wanted to be rock, but we were just noise. We were bad.
Yeah.
But it was still really fun, and I'm actually still friends with like a lot of those guys, which is cool.
That's sick.
Yeah.
My first band never played a show.
Sick, man.
Actually, no. We played one show at my grandpa's bar in Tonganoxie.
Whoa.
I don't know if you've ever been to Tonganoxie.
No,
it's like
I
12
haven't.
miles away.
Yeah.
That's where I went to high school. It's like, I mean, there was nobody there. It was an empty room. That was our first gig. We were beneath the surface.
Dude, that's a way better name than ours.
It was pretty cool. I kind of liked it. But we basically only did 80s covers. That was the catch.
Heck yeah.
Kiss, Motley Crue.
And then I was at your current band's first show because we played together.
Yeah.
In my old
yeah,
band.
let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Type A Alert.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many bands had you been in before Type A Alert?
I think like 3. And one of them was like kind of a traveling worship team band from college. But I still count it because I got a lot of really good experience like working with talented musicians. So that was fun.
I went to school for the same thing. So.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I went to Evangel University in Springfield, Missouri. and I started majoring. I wanted to be a worship leader in a church someday. That's like what I thought, and then like after one semester, I was like, nope. So I just like I switched to business because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I loved music.
Mm-hmm.
But I switched to business, and then now I'm here. But
wow, so you basically did the same thing I did, except you switched, and I just did, instead of switching, was like,
I'm
I'm
done.
just gonna go do music in a different way.
No,
Like,
that's cool.
In my own way.
I kind of like I'm really thankful for my journey and stuff, and I wouldn't really change it, but I'm kind of jealous of you because I have debt and like,
Yeah.
a lot of debt. But
Yeah.
life goes on, so
Yeah. Well, with your minimalist attitude, like
Yeah.
you're not spending a lot of money on stuff, so
I try to keep it bare
you
bones.
should be able to. Yeah. Cool, man.
Wait, we
okay,
gotta talk
Type
about
A
that
alert,
shirt, that
first
show, though. Yeah,
Yeah. So that was our literal first show as Better Ideas.
it's so cool.
And yeah, it's like, how long has it been? Like 2 years?
Two or three,
It was
I
like
think.
2 or 3 years
It was
ago.
crazy.
Yeah.
I was super impressed that night, though.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like super good or anything, but I remember watching you guys. I was like, this is their first show. They're like better than we are. It was awesome.
Dude, no, we just had that hometown advantage, you know.
Yeah, and a 5150.
Yeah, 5150 helps.
That always makes a band
Yeah.
better.
And a bunch of songs that like nobody's ever heard that are just power chords.
Yep.
All that fun
Rock.
stuff. Okay, so Type A alert, and you have Brady, right?
Yep.
Drummer.
Mhm.
He was in Type A alert.
Yeah.
So how did you go from Type A alert to Earth Groans?
Yeah, so Brady and I, shout out to Brady. You probably won't ever listen to this.
Love you,
but
Brady.
Love you, Brady. You freaking,
He'll listen.
yeah, he's a good guy. But, so Brady and I, like, met at church in high school. And so
Mhm.
we started playing on, like, the youth group, like, worship band. And we were just way too loud. Like, Brady would just hit everything too hard. I was playing guitar way too loud.
Yep.
I had, like, a MG Marshall half
I
stack.
think that's every youth band ever.
It was fun though, and that's where we started to form like a bond, like musically and like as best friends too. Like he's
Mhm.
one of my best friends in the world.
Mhm.
So yeah, we and then I actually joined Type A Alert as their drummer,
Really?
and I did drums on our first EP, and it was so bad.
So Brady wasn't the drummer at the time?
No, he wasn't in the band yet.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, whoa, wait, I'm not a drummer. Let's see if Brady can do it. So Brady joined. I moved over to bass, and I played bass all the way through that band. I recorded some of the guitars, but yeah. So and then Jeremy did our albums because he's an engineer. He's an audio engineer. Hey, Jeremy. The Mustache Menace.
Mhm.
So
Dude,
he
that
recorded
must-
our full length, and it turned out good. And that's like when I was like, dude, I want to do music like for real. I want it to be a career. So that's when I got like super serious about making it happen.
When Jeremy did the full length.
Yeah, when we got those masters back, I was like, holy crap! Like, there's actually like I'm not terrible. I'm not amazing, but this could happen probably.
Mm.
So yeah, we played with Type A, did a couple of really small runs, which was awesome. It was a fun road experience. And then Jeremy posted a status saying, looking for people to be in a solo project or something like that. And I just randomly messaged him. I really looked up to him at the time. I don't anymore. Just kidding. But no, I sent him a message just like, dude, let me be in your band. And it was just a joke. And then like somehow it just happened. And now
Yeah.
I became the first member of Earth Groans with him. And then we're like, okay, we need a good drummer. I was like, I know a guy, Brady, and he knew Brady. And then we finally found our bassist like 6 months ago. But yeah, it's been a crazy, like, really, like, it started in high school and then today
Yeah.
we're together. So
Dude,
it's
I
nuts.
already hear so many parallels between like our backgrounds.
Really?
Yeah, like it's crazy. That's basically, I have a similar story where I started doing church band and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and that was a good way to like get into music and
It
you
really
be
is.
practicing every week and getting on stage and stuff.
Mhm.
And then RJ, RJ.
I love RJ.
Yeah. He was in the youth band too, and so like that's kind of how we started.
Heck yes.
Like, with Better Ideas, it was a couple different bands. We were actually Short of Angelic.
Short
at
of
the time.
Angelic,
Short of
dude,
Angelic.
that's so
And
cool.
Our youth pastor wouldn't let us play with that name because he thought it was like too sarcastic, I
Oh,
guess.
God.
Towards like, oh, what, you're just gonna say like we're all sinners, so might as well not try or whatever. like
He's like, we can't promote this
I guess
in the
he didn't
youth.
like the sarcastic punk band thing, but yeah. Okay, so since we're already like basically on the topic, and I don't know how comfortable you are talking about it on the record,
Bro.
but
Put it on the record all day.
Well, I mean, we both have similar faith backgrounds. I would definitely say that I've probably gone in a little bit different of a direction than you have.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of, to be honest, just curious as to, like, in a post-evangelical world, how does that apply to the hardcore scene? Like, how does your faith apply to that?
Yeah, that's so cool. I'm really glad you asked that. I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up. But this is cool.
There's no rules.
I actually see, like, a lot of potential in the music scene to be the church. In a way, like, it's so beautiful and Christ-like to me that kids come to these shows and they're so passionate and they're yelling these lyrics and just having a good time, and they're, like, beating each other up, but then, like, someone falls over and they pick each other up and they're just having a good time, and I almost feel like the church needs to, like, listen up a little bit and, like, see, like, this is community. Like, we all come together in these shacks and listen to music and enjoy each other's time and, like, build community.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of churches, I've been to a lot of really awesome churches. Like, I'm not going to just talk stereotypically negative about church, but there's a lot of churches that are just kind of spiritually dead and there's not community there. And
yeah. So why? Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Why do you think that is? Because, like, going to Christian college, and you did too. Like, I see a lot of the systemic issues with just Christian culture as a whole.
Yeah.
But why? How is that gonna, I guess, transfer over into the music scene? I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the issues is.
Or I guess, how do we keep that from transferring over? That dead, spiritually dead thing, which I think is probably partially caused by the institutionalization of Christianity.
Yeah.
Like, how do you keep that from happening when you make that the scene, the church?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Like,
yeah. So I think, like, the church, if you're just in church but you're not, like, exercising your faith, like going out into the world, like Christ commissioned us to, like, that's where joy is found and where strength comes. And so if you just show up to church and you go home, you show up to church, you're not alive, really, like, and you're trapped in a bubble. And that's, like, kind of what happened to me at Evangel sometimes. I would really have to fight, and I'd have to go downtown and, like, talk to homeless people and just, like, see real people, and that it brought me back to life, you know? So transferring, like, the good stuff from the music scene, like, fusing the church and the music scene, I don't know exactly how it'll happen other than Christ. And, like, our whole mission behind Groans is just to, like, music's fun. It's cool. I love, like, headbanging for 25 minutes a night. But at the end of the day, that's just what gets us to people. And so we're, like, showing up and, like, we have intention when we show up to love people. So, like, if I see somebody alone, like, I want to talk to them. And, like, a lot of times it just happens. Like, I believe God just orchestrates it. So, yeah, we're out to show love. And I think that's how it's gonna happen.
Cool. I like that.
We'll see.
I've been thinking about a lot of, like, I guess, philosophical questions and spiritual, like, when it comes to how that relates to art.
Yeah.
Because, like you just said, you use music as a tool to reach people. And I think that's, like, I've been thinking about if all art is that, like, it's just kind of a tool that we use to interpret the world.
Yeah.
Like, when you make music, it's kind of an imitation of things you've experienced and your way of explaining it or expressing it.
Exactly.
And I think that is, like, by far the best way to impact people. It seems like if you want to change, look at art. Or listen to art. Or, you know, if you want, like, inspiration or motivation, like, art seems like, to me, the purest form of communication. Yeah. Which seems weird because it's not very direct.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. That's such an interesting way to look at it. You're a smart guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, then we'll get even weirder into the philosophy.
Yeah, let's get weird.
All right. That being said, if you're the only human on Earth, do you still make art?
Whoa. Because it's...
Is it for your ego or is it for you?
Like, me personally, or just, like, theoretically?
I guess either one, really.
Yeah.
Like, because I think, obviously, this is just anecdotal, and there's really no way of...
Yeah, there really is no way. It's a good question, because art is self-expression. So it's, do you still have that drive to self-express, or are you just surviving? Because you're going to spend a lot of your time, like...
Trying to...
killing animals and stuff.
Look for some berries.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it would be harder, because another beautiful thing about art is the community that comes with it.
Mhm.
So it's a shared form of communication.
Mhm. And
So-
nothing makes an artist feel better than approval. Like
Exactly, because
which is weird.
we're so self-analytical and
Mhm.
we're always
And-
scared of our own work. So
Yeah.
it's good to have other people's acknowledgement and criticism and stuff. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. Like one of my friends asked me that. We were
That's crazy.
my friend Will, who I'm actually having him help me like proofread and stuff because he's way smarter than I am. He asked me like, why are you doing it? Like, cause I was talking to him about the music and where we're at, and he's just like, so like, what's your goal? What's your end goal with the podcast and like with all of this? Like, you're turning better ideas into something else, basically.
Yeah.
And I like to think that if I were the only person around, I would still make art because I did make art alone in my room for a really long time before anybody ever heard it.
Yeah.
And it brought me a lot of joy then.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, like, if nobody ever heard it.
Yeah.
I
Isn't that
wonder.
crazy?
I don't know. I really don't know.
That's nuts. Yeah, and like you said, we can't really ever figure it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Unless there's an apocalypse
Yeah.
and you're the sole survivor.
I'm thinking about asking other people that one.
Yeah, you should.
Just to see.
It'd be cool to get a
how many
collection of
different
answers.
we get. Yeah, that's a cool one. I've just been thinking a lot about that one.
Yeah.
Lately.
That's really sweet.
All right. Well, what's your? I guess you already talked about your end goal. I wrote end goal down, but you said you want to turn the church into, or the music scene into the church, basically. That's
Yeah, I just want to see like healing, like real healing for people's lives, like not just when they come to an Earth Groans show. Like I want people to come to our shows, but I want there to be like an explosion of like amazing bands. Like I feel like it's gonna happen. Like I feel like the music scene's on a rise right now, and it's coming back to life in a beautiful way. And so I just want to see like a bunch of really good young bands like come up and like just spread like positivity and love. Like just kind of get rid of the negative. And there's always gonna be like people that are negative and stuff, but I don't know. I just want to see good happen in the music scene.
So, in terms of the gospel, it seems to me like your main emphasis is on the positive sides of Jesus' teachings.
Yeah.
And the whole love God and love people.
Yeah, that's literally what I was gonna say.
Yeah? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's so cool.
That is absolutely something I can get on board with.
Cool, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, those are all the questions I had written down. But
Sweet.
I mean,
Let's just let
see.
it flow.
Let's see where we're at.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no rules. This is the raw.
There's no rules, dude. This is art.
Let's see. How long
Switch
we've
it to
been going.
time, brother.
22 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about we can kind of transition out of music a little bit and go into more of the video side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Duh, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
even-
dude, no.
I've been talking
Don't
about
be
bands
sorry.
this whole time.
No, dude, I love talking
You
about that. That's my
have
life.
Mayfield Creative.
I
right?
do.
That's
Mayfield
you,
Creative
right?
is my child. He's at home right now taking a nap while I'm
Little baby
here.
Mayfield.
Yeah, little baby Mayfield. Oh man, I can't have a kid right now.
No,
That'd be
that's
bad.
not a good time.
I just got an apartment.
yeah, just started a business.
Yeah, for real. No, so yeah, another thing that happened in college, I realized, hey, I don't ever want to work for anyone. I don't like that. It's not fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was just thinking about it. And I was like, how can I do something? Because once I got the opportunity to play in Earth Groans, like I felt like that was gonna become a serious thing. So I was like, okay, I gotta find a way to have an income and freedom to tour a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, gosh, maybe I should like get into camera work, because I messed around with cameras when I was a young kid and a little bit in high school, and I had an eye for it. So I was like, I'm just gonna try it. So my parents invested in me. God bless them. They bought me a Canon T5i, which was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just started shooting everything. I went to all the shows and took photos and videos, and then just worked my tail off. Eventually started charging people, and so it's been cool to see the business side of art too.
We've talked about basically everything. Earth Groans, your media.
Yeah, that's pretty much my whole life. So
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, let's hang. I think Alex is on his way, so
yeah,
we're gonna hang out with the guitarists from Sweet Ascent because we're cool like
yeah,
that.
he's gonna teach us how to riff.
Yeah, he's gonna teach us how to be in a band.
Dude, he's actually like a really good guitar player.
Dude, I ran merch on one of their tours like 2 years ago, and it was their first one with him, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It was actually one right before he quit for a while.
He was playing
and came
bass,
back.
though, right?
Yeah, he was at the time, but
Yeah.
he showed me some of his stuff, and that's when he bought his Phoenix
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
in Indiana. That dude shreds.
He's
That
so
dude's
good. I've said this to multiple people, like, if for some reason, like, I broke my arm or something, I couldn't go on a tour, like, he'd be the first person I would call to learn my parts.
Yeah.
Just because he has...
Because he could.
Yeah, he's been on the road, and, like, I know he could play those parts, like, as well as I can, or probably better. Like,
Yeah.
he's so good. He's
Cool,
very
man.
accurate.
Love
you, Alex.
Well, where can people find you?
If you want to see, like, any of my media, primarily video work, ZachariahMayfield.com is the place to be. If you're interested in Groans stuff, earthgroans.com. Everything's on Facebook. And, yeah, if you want to get together and hang, I don't have a lot of friends. Let's just hang out.
Cool, man. Yeah, so hit up Zach. Hit up Groans, especially if you like hardcore and positive energy and just awesome dudes doing really awesome stuff.
Thank you.
There it is, guys. Episode 2 is a wrap. That was my conversation with Zach Mayfield. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. I definitely enjoyed hanging out with him and getting to spend some time learning about him. And I look forward to doing it again. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. So if you'd like to get in touch, you can find us at patreon.com/betterideas. That will be the main platform for the podcast and a lot of the music. However, if you're just looking for music, you can find us at Better Ideas, pretty much any platform. We're Better Ideas 14 on Twitter if you'd like to tweet at us. But besides that, just a like, share, review, anything that you guys want to do to contribute is fine with me. But until then, have a good week.